Okay. Hey. There we go. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button or didn't hit a right button or something happened. But hey, guys, welcome, and welcome back. For those of you who have been tuning in to our LABF podcast. And my name's Scott Steers. I'm the founder and the president for Lucky and Blessed Fishing. And normally we have Grant Elliott, one of our board members and very good friends, here to kind of do this hosting thing because he's so good at it. But he's under the weather, so he's in the behind the scenes today, going to be monitoring the chat, and he's here. So he has graciously left me with the responsibilities of I'm talking to some pretty amazing people today. But before we do that, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on what's happening here at Lucky and Blessed Fishing. Oh my goodness, are we lucky and blessed? Guys, we started about 4 years ago as a fishing club, or 3 years ago as a fishing club. In fact, Mark Nicholas is on the show tonight. I was at one of our very first events. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. We had these little like push button rods, and it was cold and it was miserable. We didn't catch a thing, but we learned a lot. But bottom line is that he's been with us since the very beginning. I think Kelly Spees was with us back at that event as well. But we're going to talk some more with Mark tonight. But I tell you what, from that point, oh my goodness, so many things have happened. All these adult organizations in the area, about a dozen of them right now that we're working with, have come to us and said, hey, we want Lucky and Blessed Fishing to be part of our regimen, part of our community's activities, like once a month, go fishing with you guys. So every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we are out in one of 7 counties now, doing that exact same thing that we started, back a couple of years ago, trying to figure it all out. We figured it out. We really can't even take any more clients. So, I mean, right now we can, because we're about inclusion and access. But, really right now our focus is kind of shifting. We know there's a very, very heavy load on the youth of today. These middle school kids that were COVID kids and the COVID elementary kids, they are now watching all kinds of crazy things on TikTok that they shouldn't be watching. That's got to be really devastating to their mental health. So we're going to right now we're piloting, or we're working on a pilot for our after school fishing wellness club. If we'll be at one school here in Maryland in Anne Arundel County, and our goal is to move to 5 schools once we pilot it and we work out all the bugs, be in 5 schools in the fall. So we're super excited about that. But all the activity that we're doing, guys, is to raise money so we can get out there and help these kids get off their TikToks and get out by the side of the water. I sound like so old when I said TikToks, but get by the water, on the water. And we have some great high school mentors that have been working with us that are really excited about the program, and that's growing as well. So, and then we have our summer camps, guys. So everything's on our website. We want to jump right in here, but there's so much going on. If you didn't catch us on the news, we've been on WBL TV about 5 or 6 times in the last week, and things are blowing up over here. So without further ado, let me see who we have in backstage here. First, I want to just let you know that, hey, there he is.
Hey.
Been you in a while. How you doing, buddy?
Long time no see. How's it going? Happy to be here.
Man, so good, so good. I got to tell you that even when you lived here, I lived vicariously through your videos, and now even more so, because you're all your tarpon and redfish and like, oh my gosh, off the hook. So totally blowing up my bucket list to like, will I ever be able to get it finished?
Gotta make it down here. We'll have some fun.
Yeah, and you're on the East Coast, right?
East Coast. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. In Palm Bay. Yep.
Yeah, because I've been always on the West Coast with family and stuff, but I definitely am going to have to make it down that way. There's several bucket list fish that have my name on it down there. And just, seeing what you're doing has just been incredible. But hey, before we get into too much into it, just to introduce Mark Nicholas, really good friend of mine. We had my very first fishing tournament. I fished with Mark and Eddie. And just clueless, and these guys dropped in and they're like, all right, we're moving. I'm like, moving? Wait, you're moving? We just got here, I'm like, all right, I guess this is tournament. This is how you do a tournament. So totally insane. My motor died. We went to the new place, and then my motor died, but it didn't matter. Just hanging out with you guys was super fun and super cool. And so, since you've been up here, kind of tell us a little bit about one, like what's happened. Like you disappeared out of Maryland, but all of a sudden you reappeared in another part of the country doing amazing things. Tell us what happened with that. How did something like that happen? How lucky and blessed could you be?
Well, yeah, definitely very lucky and blessed to be down here. But I mean, basically a few years ago, my wife and I were like, we brought it up. Hey, let's move to Florida. And I wanted to pursue fishing content as a career. We both love warm weather. So we just slowly planned for it and then eventually made it down here about a year ago today, almost. But
Wow.
yeah, been about a year and
Okay.
it's been a good time. Been a good time for sure.
Awesome. Well, so it sounds like you've been able to pretty much accomplish your dream job.
Yeah. Oh, very, very close. Very close. But
Oh, okay. Oh, really? You're not even there yet? Okay.
no, no. I mean,
You're too
doing
young
doing.
to be there yet. I gotta say, you're too young to be there yet. So,
Yeah, yeah. But it's been fun for sure.
great, great. Now, so I guess a day in a life. Tell me, what's a day in a life of cha-cha fishing? I mean, we could
Uh,
just go watch your videos, but let's tell us from your side of the story.
it's different every day. I don't know what I'm gonna get into, but it's all seasonal. And recently, I've been fishing a lot locally. The snook are really starting to get fired up. The tarpon are starting to get fired up right now. So a lot of that is pretty close by to home here. So I've been trying to learn a lot. I mean, the biggest thing is, people look at Florida as a fishing haven, which it definitely is, but doesn't mean you're just going to go out there and slay fish every time you go out. So like the past year has just been a huge learning experience, just learning
Mm,
entirely new bodies of water, new baits, different tides, things like that. And completely, obviously, being a lot warmer down here, it's a big adjustment. You think it's warm, so the fish are always happy, but they still, like through the winter, act completely different than they would in the
mm.
spring, summer.
Yeah. So you still have all those seasonal cycles, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And obviously, you're wearing less clothing throughout the entire year, which is good. But yeah, I mean, so tell me, like going into a new area, and this is good for new anglers. I talk to people all the time, like, oh yeah, we just moved to the area, and my husband was a fisherman down in Florida, and he moved here, and he's still trying to figure it out. And I'm like, cool, let him come out with Lucky and Blessed, and we'll help him figure it out. But what are some tips that you give to some of our folks that are on tonight that move into a new area, like some tools that you use, maybe some apps that you use,
Mhm.
and some of your strategy, like because obviously you've had to develop some pretty good SOPs, to do what you do, right? And I don't mean all the video SOPs. That's a whole nother level of SOPs. I can't, and that's another question. Now, hey guys, really quickly while I'm doing this, we're going to have a question of the night giveaway as well as a drawing. So as we throw the questions up on the thing there, as we're going here, and then throw some questions up for Mark, and then we have also another surprise guest who's coming on tonight as well. But so yeah, so tell us some things about when you transition, tools you use, apps, some suggestions for folks that are maybe going to a new area or want to go into a new area, catch new species.
Yeah, yeah. I would say generally doesn't matter the area, but if you're going to a new area, luckily we have YouTube University at our hands at all times. So
Amen.
do as much research as you can on YouTube, how other people fish it. It doesn't have to be YouTube, any sort of forums or anything like that. Definitely meeting new people to get out with to help speed
Mm,
up the process of learning new bodies of water helps a lot. Saltwater specifically, or brackish, like Chesapeake Bay, all the way down to here to Texas. The Salt Strong app is super helpful, especially if you're starting from
mm,
scratch. It has a ton of information and tools that you can use from tides, weather, all sorts of different things. But the biggest thing is just getting out there. Like there's no better way to learn than just start doing it and failing, doing it, failing, have some success, and then you start to build your own little formula.
Yeah, the little repertoire of series of baits and locations and what to use when. And I think one of my favorite videos of yours was, I think it was it a redfish on top water with a high octane frogzilla?
Oh yes. And the craziest thing, that's all they would eat. That's all they would eat. Like I had heard
Crazy.
some chatter about a redfish frog bite, and I was struggling all day. I was like, man, throwing normal
No, doesn't
tails,
make
jerky
sense.
stuff. And then I was like, all right, I'll give this frog thing a try. And they were smoking it. I was like, gosh, what the
Wow,
heck is going on?
crazy. That's unbelievable, man. Oh my gosh. So yeah, yeah, just as we're talking about fishing and fish, our tournament is invasive species tournament, right? And I think you've caught a couple of those in your day. You now are you still catching any snakehead down there? Um,
I haven't.
or like, I mean, when you can catch tarpon and redfish, I don't know, like why even bother? But
Oh no, no, I love the bullseye snakehead down here. They're just a little bit further of a drive from me, so
okay,
they're about 2 hours south of me. So uh, I haven't fished for them for a while, but I am planning on in the next few weeks.
okay, 2 hours is not bad.
Yeah,
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 that's like a bad day driving to Blackwater for me.
yeah,
Or a
yeah,
good
yeah.
day, I don't
So
even know.
it's
It's a
it's
good
it's not
it's a
it's not a
bad
hateful
day if
drive.
I drive that distance and don't catch any fish. It's a good day, and I don't care if I drive that distance and I do catch fish.
Right, right,
The
right.
lo the drive back from Blackwater on a skunk day.
Yeah, it's an extra long drive. I've done that many times.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, and we probably have some snakehead anglers on the line tonight. And actually, we had a question that popped up, where questions are randomly popping up here. Um, I saw Michael said something. Michael's going to probably rattle off about 100 questions. He's our question machine over there. Um, but I would say just what, and I know Michael Hoffman, who's asking some questions now. He's one that wants to get on his first snakehead this year, and we're going to hopefully try to get him out here there this weekend. But what are some tips this time of year, especially, that you would say for someone that's going out? Is it too early for top? Are we, what's your preferred subsurface? Blah blah blah. So what do you think are the best strategies, and also locations that may be good, different times of the year, but not good this time of year? Now that was a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah. For northern snakehead, it my okay, we also Scott, I don't know if you see that question down
Which
below. We have one popped up right now. It says, "Is it true?"
Oh yeah,
You, do you see that question?
yep.
Did it pop up for you? Is it true that fish move slower and become lazier in the winter? Um, I'll circle back, but to answer that question, in general, yes. As the water cools, their metabolism will slow down and they'll just move around, feed less, and not have to restock on those calories. So, in general, yes, but they still have to eat. And throughout the winter, depending on the species, especially shallow water fish like northern snakehead, generally through the winter they're pretty inactive. But on those warm spells, especially getting into March and then now, it can be really good. So
Mm,
getting back to your question, Scott, if they're eating during these transition months, I'm throwing top water 100%.
okay.
They may not always be into it. I'll throw it around for an hour or two. And if I'm not getting any action, I might switch to like a weedless trident from High Octane, something below the surface, like a paddle tail, or that weedless trident that has a little bit of flash on it. Um, but I really like topwater for this time of the year. Nothing too big, like maybe like the high octane duck or tailored lures mouse, like a nice medium profile, but especially in the Eastern Shore area, those areas that have that darker water that heat up very quickly during these warming trends. It can you can have some awesome days this time of the year.
Yeah, I mean, that water's really shallow, so that's going to heat up quicker, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And that's also your location thing, right? To where, as it gets warmer out, you might be able to be in some of these wider parts of some of these tributaries, still catching fish, but you know, really just headwaters and get to the skinny water because that's the warmest, right?
definitely, definitely.
Cool. All right, we have what's your biggest tarpon? I've always wanted to catch one of those, and are they really hard to catch? Michael Hoffman.
My biggest is probably around 60 pounds.
Wow.
Generally, with tarpon, the bigger they get, the harder they are to catch and land.
Mm,
Live bait is definitely the easiest way to catch them, but some days they won't even look at a live bait.
wow.
It really depends on the area. Very pressured areas, they'll be super difficult, but if you can get away from the crowds, go do some exploring really far from the launches, you can get into some tarpon that will be a lot happier to eat and a little less picky for sure.
Now, are you using the electronics to find those? I'm just throwing that question in there. That's my question.
Generally, no. There has
Sight
been,
fishing mostly.
yeah, mainly sight fishing. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Watching, just looking for them, and they'll gulp air just like snakehead, and they'll come up and they'll roll on the surface, and that's the telltale sign to cast.
Yeah, yeah, right. You see
Mhm,
that roll.
mhm, mhm.
Nice. So yeah, just and obviously, we're doing this tournament, and it's an invasive tournament, and there's always a little politicality. Is that a word? If it's not, it should be. That's a really cool word, politicality.
I like that word.
Political views. I think I think if you say it twice and then someone else says it, it's a real word.
Mhm.
But you could use that. Now I can't even remember what it was, but politics around these invasive species. I've heard all kinds of like, oh yeah, the blue cats are eating all the everything. There's no going to be no crabs left because of the blue catfish, or the snake cat are eating all the bass, and blah 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 blah, and it goes all. And we really try to stay in the middle, obviously, because we're a nonprofit. We don't really have we kind of stay, like I said, in the middle.
Mhm.
And then of course everyone has their own personal things. For me, if it's a blue cat, it depends on the situation. If I catch a big blue cat like this on my kayak, I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it or I'm gonna kill it. Like, it's way too much food, and I'd rather eat snakehead than catfish. I don't know. What's your take on that? And I know there's science and I know there's opinion, but what's your take on the whole invasive species thing? It's a loaded
Yeah,
question, boy.
yeah, yeah. It is a loaded question. I definitely have thoughts on it. Generally, I mean, with my personal experience on the water, I fished for northern snakehead. Living up there, I was consistently targeting them for over 5 years, and did a ton of research. I have written papers on them and whatnot. And through all the data that we've been given, I have not personally seen enough info to tell me that they are negatively impacting the ecosystems they're now a part of. Could that change? I don't know. But personally, I
Mhm.
just haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Um, I haven't dug into it enough with blue cats, but on the surface, it would make a lot more sense to see a lot more impact from the blue cats since they get quite literally 10 times the size.
Hmm.
And blue cats aren't opportunistic feeders like snakehead are. I forget the exact term for it, but they eat not only living things that they see around them, they eat everything.
They're like
Everything
vacuum
that could
cleaners.
possibly be food and fit in
Yeah.
their mouth, they're eating, which just doesn't
Yeah.
sound good on the surface,
No, no,
especially
not
when
at
they're
all.
getting up to 100 pounds.
yeah, like somebody's shoe, and then they're gonna eat like a tin can. I mean, hopefully that's not down there, but so these things are just like fish vacuum cleaners, just
Exactly.
sucking up everything. Now, I have talked with, and by the way, one of our sponsors, Lenny from Simonizer Charters, they're actually giving away a free charter to one of our winners. I forget which place it is. I think it's the Catfish Division, first place, amongst all the other incredible prizes that we have, which we'll chat a little bit about how you've been able to help us out with that. But yeah, what he was saying is that what they catch. If you look at Lenny's page, they catch a lot of blue catfish, like hundreds a week, I'm guessing, right? And he's cutting them open, and he's saying like clams and small bait fish, but he's not seeing what is they're saying is they're eating all the blue crabs. He's like, I'm never seeing, they'll see like the sand fleas, small, smaller crabs, what have you, but not like blue crabs. He said like literally not really seeing any of them
Oh
in
wow,
there. So
wow.
yeah, and so I guess I guess for if someone's really interested, they can go find the science out there for it. But then again, how much of the science really? How old is it? How valid is it? What was this? What was the study? You know what I'm saying? What was the content of the study? I think either way, we're still going to have the wars, between the folks that want to kill them and the folks and those that want to keep them. Um, you know, but honestly, I think that in my opinion, it's really hard to say. It's great that we can have all these tournaments, and there's about 10 of them going on right now for invasive species here in Maryland. Uh,
Nice.
but do you think we'll ever eradicate either of those?
No way. No way. Yeah.
I guess for now, it gives it an excuse to have a tournament and raise money for our nonprofit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, man, hey, just to kind of segue, yeah, oh yeah, Kylie just said, "What is your biggest catch on a dock versus a boat?"
Mm. Mm. Hmm. It's a tough
And
question.
that's not even that's a pretty broad question. Like if you threw a species in there,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I man.
So dock, could that be also like bank?
Yeah, we'll throw bank in the mix
Yeah,
of that.
that's why I
Yeah.
threw that. That's why I threw that in there. Yeah, guys. I'm sure
I
you've caught a few snakes off the bank.
yeah, to actually I've never for whatever reason, I was bank fishing for a northern snakehead. I was cursed. I could never catch one from the
Really,
bank. But I mean, I was mainly in the kayak fishing, but I put some time in on the bank and I was just cursed on it.
it's no
But
fun.
I my biggest northern snakehead from a kayak was 14 and a half pounds. To keep on this invasive theme, never caught any northern snakehead from a kayak or from the bank, but caught lots of bullseye snakehead down here from the bank. And I think the biggest one I've caught is about 7, 8 pounds, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And how about on a boat? Like a boat,
Mm,
not kayak. Like for
mm,
me, I have to go to my 52-inch redfish, which was a pig,
yeah, that's
with
huge.
Captain Dre Thomason. Like, oh man, that was yeah. So what's your biggest on a boat?
Biggest on a boat,
Big
probably
striper?
striper. Probably striper, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
somewhere in the, uh,
40
mid
something.
40-inch range,
Yeah,
yeah.
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 That's my happy place. That is my
Mhm,
happy place. The squeal of that drag and the tugging of the fish, man, just like nothing like it. And anybody
mhm.
that's watching that has a boat that hasn't called me in a while, uh, let's go. But yeah, man. So Mark, you've been really great. You've always supported us. Like I said, you were back at the beginning. I was going to wear my old Lucky and Blessed T-shirt in honor of you, and I forgot to change it. But when you first came out that first day, we were using push button rods that were just jamming up. It was cold. We didn't catch a stinking fish. But that was the start of Lucky and Blessed fishing. It's like,
Hey, it was still fun, though. It was
but
still a
that was
blast.
That was fun. And just like on our spot, I don't know if you caught us on WBL TV, our spot the other night, we didn't catch a stinking fish. We got a TV station comes out about to talk about a fishing company, and you have to be good if you can completely pull it off. And still looks amazing, and you don't catch one stinking fish. You got to
Mm,
be good if you can pull that shit off.
mhm, mhm.
But that's where we do have an incredible team, and it's just so fun when we get out there. But like we've been saying ever since we started this thing, we are just a group of folks that have incredible supporters and partners and sponsors that allow us to do this, because it doesn't, you can't just do this without that. You know what I mean? So yeah, these invasive species are giving us an opportunity to have a tournament, to raise some money, for our cause, that is really doing some big work. And we're super, super proud of, not only what we'll be able to provide to for the disabled population, but also what we've been able to provide from an employment standpoint. This guy who keeps asking questions, Michael Hoffman, has been on staff with us since May of last year, Employee of the Year last year. And we have 3 other folks with different abilities that are volunteers with us, that we are working to get on our staff. So it's like, if your staff can be your community and your people, like, that's a big, big statement for who we are. And we didn't plan these things. They just kind of happened because, we attract folks that love fishing. And then we also attract folks with different abilities, because we've been known to take a few of that population fishing in the last couple of years. So it's got to give us a really good, it's given us a good ramp up to move into this, what I believe is going to be our next area of really blessing people. That's youth wellness and our work in that. So guys, stay tuned for that, because that's going to be some exciting stuff. But one of the things that Mark's been able to help us with, is, I guess it's one of your sponsors or partners.
Yep. Partnered with Florida Fishing Products. Yep.
Okay, and that's kind of a little bit of a dream, right? Because that's one of your deals that kind of helps you get out there and fish for a living.
Yeah. They're very supportive and awesome crew over there. Make quality products and just good people, real good
Nice.
people. And yeah, anything from fresh to salt, especially spinning reels. They make some great stuff.
Yeah, they helped us out. You and the folks over there at Florida Fishing Products were great last year for our bash event that we crushed. Had over 130 people there. We raised over $20,000. And again, this is just the impact that a sponsor can have on you, right? People were fighting over those Florida fishing reels at the auction table. Man, I thought it was going to be fisticuffs at one point. And I think Kevin Thomas ended up winning both of them. He actually won the one for winning the tournament, and he actually won the bid on the one on the table, I think, too. And that's where you're like, what? He can't get both of them? What? But man, what beautiful equipment, man. I had it here in my possession. I was just kind of like, oh, just kind of like, just. And I don't need any more fishing equipment. I have way too much already now. I'm actually giving it to some of our volunteers, like, hey, you need a rod? Because I'm looking like all these rods here. I just keep buying them. I don't know why I keep buying them, but that's part of our addiction, right?
Hmm.
This equipment
Hmm.
thing. But that's, guys, with this tournament, that's part of what we do is we let me see. Do we have, oh, there's Captain Tim. Okay. Look at that. He's right on time. So I'll kind of segue into that. Oh, there he is. There he is. We have it's a guest filling in for Austin Kreischer tonight. But and then we have another special guest. All
Hey,
right. Warren Taylor from Tailored Lures. Tim Blanchard from Fish the Potomac Fishing Charters. Man, we are stacked up right here, guys. Let me tell you, huh? So Mark, yeah, we have been so blessed by you guys, and so just bringing in a couple of other folks that have actually sponsored us and supported us. Tim, with his charter, has supported us at our last event, and Warren is always there, supporting us and providing his amazing lures for us to give away tonight. And so real quick, I'm going to shoot away from Mark. And Mark, Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate you coming on. Please stay on. I know you said you had to hop off at like 8:30, but please hang on with us. And thank you so much for being on with us tonight. And just being there, being my friend, and really supporting LIBF. It's been amazing. So thank you for being here tonight. And guys, any other questions, just throw them up there. We'll still be on. If we see another question from Mark, we'll drop it in there. So, but for now, I'm gonna shift over to Tim. Tim, if you could just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your wonderful business there. I see it is growing every time I see you, and including a new store that you're opening up. So tell us about what's going on with that. And again, Tim has been a great supporter and sponsor of Lucky and Blessed.
Well, thanks. It's an honor to be here. Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Yeah, I've kind of put on so many hats recently. I'm a carpenter. I'm a freaking apparel salesman. Now I'm a bait and tackle guy, charter captain, business license, procurer,
bass player, bass player. Don't leave bass player off.
But guitar player.
You're a badass guitar player, man. Come on.
Yeah, and that's something that's in my checkered past. But yeah, the tackle shop is I couldn't be more excited about it. I think fingers crossed we're gonna be opening up May 9th is the grand opening. Nice. Haven't made that official announcement yet, but I guess you're kind of hearing it here first. I think the bottleneck is probably going to be our liquor license. So, so be it. I've already got the eels in the tank, and they're surviving. So that's good. So that's something that these cat fishermen just go gaga over is the live eel, and we're getting the big ones. So that's cool. Hopefully I'm going to be able to find a plug that's closer to home, because I know there's lots of guys who get them downriver, and it's just a seasonal thing for them. So anyone who's listening, if you've got an eel plug, by all means reach out to me. I'm always looking. And then of course we're trying to figure out which signature rod we're going to go with, because the catfish community, they love their Catch the Fevers, Mad Cats, and Cat Slayers, all that catfish, this and that. So I mean, they're all great rods. It's just really a matter of
Mad Cats helped us out last year.
Yeah, they're great.
And I got an email into them now. I'm hoping they'll help us out this year, but they haven't responded. If you know anybody, give me a little nudge, because they haven't responded to my last email. But I'm still hoping and praying.
Oh man, okay. But yeah, it's been a real great journey. Just a learning experience, as just as the chartering has been a learning experience for me, because I learn something new every time I go out. I mean, this year is the first year we've taken advantage of the shad run that's going on the Potomac, and that is bananas, man. I mean, like, you go out there and you just whack them all day long. I mean, 30, 40, 50 fish in a 3-hour trip. It's great.
And they're crazy, like smallmouth bass, fall striper crazy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe even crazier. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, they're not so tough. They're just like, you lose them all the time, but then you catch them just as much. So, they're just little devils, and they're great.
Nice. Well, give us a little catfish report. I mean, how's the fishing been?
They're waking up. Funnily enough, so we got a live scope rig that it's the mobile one, kind of like the ice fishermen use. So we bring them from boat to boat, and we brought it out on the last trip we took upriver to fish for shad, and crazily enough, we found that in one of these deep holes was a pile of shad, but then there were these 30 and 50 pound catfish right there hunting them. So it was like fishing in a barrel. Nice. But they're waking up. They're definitely moving slow. But as the temperatures surpass 60, 65, they're going to be hunting around, and they're going to be catchable for sure.
So what are the temps now? The water temps? Where they?
I think they're in the low 60s still. Actually, today it was almost 90 degrees here. So I was busy cutting wood in the shop. So
last time I looked at water temperature, this is how far my brain has been off fishing, because I've been so stinking busy. My fishing is it raining for our event tomorrow? Like, not thinking about fishing on a boat or on a kayak, you know what I mean? Like tides and all those things, you know what I mean? And last time I looked, it was like 49 degrees was the water temperature. So that's how long that was the last time I looked in terms of, am I going to go fishing tomorrow? because I don't have a dry suit, so I don't go out. If that water's still cold, man, I'm not like that person. It's not worth it to get out there and do that. But
Hey,
all right, well,
hey
cool.
Scott, I think we got a few more questions that have rolled in as well.
We got some catfish questions. Oh, yeah, we go. We have
wait. Where are they?
depth for tarpon. Callie said to Mark, what is the depth? Where to go? What is depth is the best for catching tarpon? What's the best depth for catching tarpon? I'll just kind of paraphrase it.
Usually when I'm targeting the juveniles, like anywhere from like 10 to 30 pounds, pretty shallow, 3 to 6 feet, somewhere in that range.
Okay, that's a big fish in a small bit of water, kind of just like catching a big rockfish in a couple feet of water, right?
Yep.
And then we had another question in here was from Michael Hoffman. Have you ever caught a Goliath grouper, and how big was it?
I've caught a handful. I've caught a handful of the juveniles, the really small ones, compared to how big they do get. I've never targeted them over really like 10 pounds or anything. I'd say probably the biggest one I've caught is about 10 pounds.
Okay. That's basically just your bottom fishing there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It's a whole nother kind of fishing.
Best bait for catfish.
What's the best bait to use for catfish, and the best bait to use that you will know that you're going to catch one? All right,
Gizzard shad.
That on you, Tim.
Gizzard shad or live eel. Live eel if you want to use the same bait all day long. Gizzard shad if you want something stinky that's going to get them from a mile away.
Nice. Awesome.
And then what's the go-to catfish rods? It's, I mean, Okuma makes a great one. Cat Slayer is awesome. Like I mentioned before, the Hellcat from Catch the Fever is real good. Mad Cats makes good ones. Anything that's good for rockfish is good for catfish too. So that's a good kind of go-to rule of thumb.
And then, all right, Michael's just going to keep going on these questions. Yeah. Does anybody go rock fishing, and what's your biggest rockfish? Mine is 30. That's really, you just want to tell everybody about his PB.
Right on, man. That's a good
Hey,
one.
I was there, man. I saw you lose that 40 though. I saw you lose that 40 a little bit before you got that 30. I know I shouldn't have brought that up. It was a sad moment, but yeah, I think we got some people that caught some rockfish on here.
Yeah. I think my biggest, I didn't get a weight, but that mid 40-inch range.
Mm-hmm.
The big ones are here, man, and the big ones are in DC too, by the way.
Oh, really?
I've been seeing Ernie and Haz and those guys are posting
yeah.
Big ones, yeah.
Yeah, they're pulling them in off the shore.
Yep. Those guys are over by JBAB, Bowling Air Force Base right there on the Potomac.
Nice. So how's the water condition of the Potomac?
So
anybody worried about taking meat out of there?
No.
We're good?
I mean, I've said this so many times. It's like I'm blue in the face, but 300 million gallons of raw sewage. 300 million gallons of raw sewage versus a 7 billion gallon a day flowing river. It's nothing, man.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
it's called news and hype as well, right?
Yeah. Well, we won't go there. But the environmentalists are saying it's the largest, the largest environmental disaster in the river's history. And the catfish are saying it's just another day at the office.
Oh, man. Hey, we were talking before about catfish, and we were talking about, we had Lenny on, Lenny Simmons from Simonizer, and he was saying how, when they're cutting these things open, and he's caught thousands of these things probably by now. And he's saying like pretty much all they're seeing in there is, like bait fish and like clams, and they're not really seeing like a whole lot of blue crabs? Like, what are your? I mean, you're catching a lot of fish, and you're cleaning a lot of fish too. What are you seeing in the gut?
No, I mean, just like that. I mean, you don't see. Well, we don't have crabs up in DC, so there's not.
So
They're
that's
not
not even
really in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So that makes sense. But I mean, you see it all. You see clams in there. You see oyster. You see all kinds of stuff in their bellies. I mean, I've heard that someone saw there was a duck in the belly of a catfish one time, and
Okay.
that's the lure is always there. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, they're full of all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
I'm not eating them. I'm just telling you that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, hey, we're gonna jump over to before Mike asks another question. I'm kidding, Mike. I love you, bro. I'll tell you what, he's on a quest to have the best questions of the night every night. But I want to shift over to Warren real quick, and just kind of have you been talking to any of your buddies out there, throwing them tailored lures? Like, is the catching heating up? Any word on the east and the west?
Well, I would definitely say the East, oh, as usual, that always heats up first, as Mark said. I mean, just that tainted water, you know what I mean? That's gonna definitely heat up faster than anything over here on the west side. It seems like we always get the back end of it, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But I mean, you got a lot more water over here to warm up versus over there, you know.
Right.
People are catching them. I've seen a couple pictures come in recently where people are catching them on the west side. I'm hoping after this really warm week we have, it kind of turns it on. I haven't checked the water temperatures. I did run down to the Potomac. Was that 2 weeks ago? And I didn't catch no fish. I missed one, but I didn't catch no fish. But yeah, I mean, so I would definitely say east side heats up way faster than west side, without a
Okay.
shadow of a doubt.
Make that drive.
Yeah, yeah, early, and I think Mark might have said it. You get 3 warm days early spring. That's all it takes over there. I
Mhm.
mean, that's all it literally takes.
Mhm.
Versus here, you need a few solid weeks of warm weather. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
The
I'm
west side
gonna
always
throw.
waving.
Go ahead. Say it again.
I just said the west side always keeps us waiting a little bit.
Yeah.
Blackwater fires off, and then west side catches up.
Do you think it might be a little faster this year with the way the season came on? We got a little bit of a heat spell, and I mean April last year, I think it was pretty crappy. I don't remember people catching fish in April like they are this year. Last year.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, I mean, people are definitely catching them. Actually just seen Rashawn made a comment, said he caught 3 today.
Oh, well, if Rashawn's catching them, then anybody can catch them.
Oh,
Oh,
man,
Rashad, where's Rashad? He's usually on here. He's not on here tonight.
shots fired. Yeah, I mean, listen,
Someone tell him I said that because he's not on tonight, and then tell him to make sure he better get his ass on here next week.
I swear I just seen a comment come up, but yeah, I mean, no, you can definitely catch them without a shadow of a doubt. It's just a lot
Oh,
of it.
Rashawn is on.
I told you.
I'm just kidding, bro. I love you, man. You're awesome.
um,
I live
yeah,
vicariously through your fish catching.
but I would definitely stick to East Side
Cool.
if you can.
Yeah. Now let me ask you. I got some lure questions for you. I remember that probably one of the first times I met you, I was asking you why you had so many dang colors of lures. It was at the Pasadena Sport Fishing Show, and this wall of lures, and I'm like, bro, why you got so many colors? He's like, Scott, come here. He said, when I go fishing, I reach into the bottom. I don't even look. I grab a frog, I tie it on, I fish until the thing is beat up, and then I do the same thing. I reach over, I grab a frog, I tie it. I'm like, so why do you have so many colors? He goes, to catch anglers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I love you forever, man.
Listen,
That is like capitalism at its best right
It's
there.
so look, I won't deny there are days that you get out there and
Yes.
it's like they are focused in on a certain color or something. You know what I mean? But I feel like, and this is just my experience, everybody's got their own experience, I feel like for the vast majority of the time, you can fish with whatever you want. You know what I mean? There is a simple rule that I stick to. It's like if it's straight sunny out, like not a cloud in the sky, I'm gonna throw something dark.
Mm-hmm.
If it's cloudy, everything else is free game.
Mm.
Like, and that's how I feel about it. But again, that's what works for me. You know what I mean? So
Which is basically a basic bass fishing pattern, right?
exactly. I
Right.
mean, it's
Dark,
yeah,
it's light out, and they
yeah.
say light when it's dark, but that's bass fishing. And I think from somebody told me one time the bass can only see green and red or something like that. Anybody know about that?
That's
Anyways,
I
we're not
don't
here
know.
to talk about bass.
Yeah,
In fact, when we catch them, we're like, oh, I didn't want to catch that.
yeah. You get mad now.
Oh man! All right. Well, all right. Here we go. We got some more questions coming in. Mark, what is your favorite lure for snook? Is it better near docks or the mangroves for them?
Mm. I would say right now, my favorite lure is probably a 6 cents Shindo, just like a 6 inch straight tail. Rig it weightless and weedless. Docks, mangroves, both really productive. I prefer mangroves just to get away from the noise a little bit. And it's usually always protected by the wind in the mangroves, but both super productive.
Do you ever get worried about getting lost? Do you ever go into those kind of situations where it's kind of like you're kind of going in deep?
Yeah, yeah. Down in the Everglades, it can get hairy like that. So I just make sure I have my fish finder battery charged, and I have
Mhm.
little radio with me too.
There you go. There you go. There's a good tip for you guys. If you're going out, obviously make sure someone knows you're going, right? That's always good that someone knows you're going, but have something that you can communicate other than your phone that might die, right? Or your GPS or your fish finder that might die, right? That can be a scary thing, man.
Yeah,
Right?
especially with the mosquitoes. They'll tear you
Oh,
up all night.
oh, no, don't even. That just changed the whole thing, man. No, no. Okay, that's right, Florida. That's
Mark,
probably
is
if
it
we ask you what are some of the biggest differences fishing here and there, that probably would drop in as one of them, right? Top 10, top
For
5
sure.
is the flying armadillos.
Yeah, yeah.
is it worse than that tournament we were at over the shore, Mark?
It's not worse than that. It's just like that all the time.
Dude, that was I've
So
never in my life.
you're slathering yourself with mosquito repellent and sunblock and oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
That
yeah.
was
Just
Crazy.
bad.
that was bad.
Crazy. Bro bugs on East Shore of Maryland are hard. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh
Hmm.
man. Well, hey, so good. We're last week we went like an hour and a half and we just were blah blah, but we ain't doing that tonight. I had a long day and I'm sure you all did too. But I really appreciate y'all being on here tonight. It's really just to kind of recap on what we're doing here with this tournament. In fact, anybody that's on tonight, if you haven't joined the tournament, it's MarylandInvasives.com. Super easy. Hop on there. You make a donation for $60. That gets you in the tournament. If you join our membership, it's $20 a month. You get a hat. Not this one. You get the invasive hat. You get an LABF t-shirt. You get invited to special member-only events that are going to be once a month. Some of them online. Some of them will be actually meeting, like meetups. And then also anyone that is in that membership realm will also, when we have an event, just to give you an idea, we have our May 16th event coming up. And we have folks going out on boats. We're going to be fishing off the shore at Sandy Point. Free food coming in. Nuke's Eatery is sponsoring the food. We're going to be giving away prizes. We're going to have families with and without disabilities there all together, like what we say, what we think the world should look like. No, you go over there because you're that. That's really the underlying theme of who we are here at Lucky and Blessed, all together. just fishing together, like we think the world should look like. So a couple of things I want to say real quick. Guys, if you're not in the tournament, get in it. This is just one of the prizes that, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a South River Watch Company watch.
Follow them.
I probably should just pull up the picture. I mean, it's basically a $400 watch. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I can't get it to. There it is. But yeah, that's the biggest stringer prize. So, and you can combine stringers. And we also just added flatheads. So we have flatheads and blue cats on there, and snakehead, and you can take all of those together, whatever fish you catch, and whoever has the biggest stringer gets this beautiful, beautiful watch. And that's just one of the many prizes. As Mark was saying before about Florida Fishing Products, they're hooking us up with some reels. We got a custom rod that was donated. That's going to be on the snakehead reel combo. That's one of the prizes, and we're still looking for a rod for the catfish combo. So anybody has any connections? Hint, hint to Captain Tim. Wink, wink.
Yep.
We would love to get a donation somewhere for that rod, because we'd rather not have to buy one and then have to turn around and give it to somebody. But because that doesn't help you raise money. But yeah, and then we have Simonizer Cha-Cha fishing charter. Yeah, we're going to fly you down to go fishing with Cha-Cha fishing. I'm kidding. That's not happening. Chana Chasing Outdoors. It was another cha-cha. I got held up on the cha-chas. Chana Chasing Outdoor, which is Cha-Cha. It's just, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
That's our great friend, Austin Kreischer. He's supposed to be on tonight. And Tim, thank you for jumping in too. Austin is probably still out on the water right now, out in probably in Blackwater with a client, or coming off the water. But that's, he says, Scott, I can't do it. I'm like, hey, give us a fishing report from your kayak. I don't care. He's like, I got my client with me. Like, all right, well, you're off the hook. But yeah, so we got beautiful, beautiful equipment, and we have thousands of dollars worth of prizes, guys. And there's literally, like, just to give you a tournament update, there's like nobody in the tournament. I mean, there's probably, a half a dozen people right now registered. There's another 4 that actually, came on and paid, but they haven't registered in the actual app. So it's going slow. But guess what? Anybody that's in it is going to win, including tonight. We have a little bit of a raffle going on here. And I have names of the entries right here in this. And I've actually taken out the names of folks that have won previously, because we only do this week and then next week. So we've done this in the past, and it was like the same person kept winning. We're like, oh yeah, no, we got to take their name out next week, right? So these are all new names in here. So, and then I think we're gonna Vanna, can you tell them what they're gonna win? Warren, can you tell them what they're gonna win?
Yep. So we got, I don't know if I can flip this around. Well,
Or we can pull it up. Grant, can you pull up an image of Tailored Lures?
Can you see that, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking good.
So you got,
what do we have there?
We have a chatterbait. We have a bladed Model D. We have a Model E Model E popping, and a Model F mouse that everybody loves.
Ooh,
The killer mouse.
nice.
Oh.
That is beautiful. Man, that is some good stuff right there. And that's pretty much all you need.
Yep.
Like, that's
you got
all you need.
Subsurface, you got a bladed, you got a popping, and you got a skirted.
That's it. That is all you need. All right. Well, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to pick a winner here for tonight. That's going to win the Tailored Lures combination. It's Kelly Wentz. Kelly is one of our partners from, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to look up her. She's a nonprofit, and she works.
Fired,
she works with kids with autism, and I can't remember the name of her company. But Kelly, you won this wonderful set of Tailored Lures, and I will connect you guys together so Warren, so you can get that out. Oh, look at Austin chimed in. Hey,
oh, there he is.
There he is. The myth, the man, the legend himself, Austin. Cool. All right. Well, Kelly, congratulations. Do we want to give away a best question prize?
Where's the best place to catch a snakehead?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Everywhere. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Here's my answer. Here's my answer to that. Everywhere and nowhere. That's snakehead, man. They're
Mhm.
everywhere and they're nowhere. Someone should write a book. Say, give me a percentage when you write the book, Mark, about that when you run with that. No. All right. So let's we're gonna pick one favorite question, and let me see if I got any goodies over here. Hold on, let me see. I got some extra stuff. We're gonna dig deep.
there's the question right there. Where's the best place to catch a snake?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, this is what I'm gonna give away for the best question, and these are rockfish candy, all blues. I think these are 60 grams. So this is some of my favorite jigging spoon, jigging metals. So the winner's going to get 3 of these beautiful things. If you could see them, there we go. And there we go. So, look at Michael's still filing the questions off. All right. No, Grant's going through the questions. Here we go. How many species of snakehead? All right. Well, Mark, you're our guest of honor tonight, Mark. So how about you pick your favorite question of the night? And it can't be one of mine. Then I just have to keep my lures.
I would say, I'm gonna let some more of these roll through here.
Yeah. Well, while you're looking at that, guys, just to remind you how to get into the tournament, it's again MarylandInvasives.com. Get in the tournament. Like I said, we got a couple weeks left. The bite's hot, and literally there's no fish on the board right now. Oh, I have to check with Colin because he said he went out today. So hopefully I didn't just burn him on a skunk day. Yeah, guys, get in, man. There's lots of prizes, lots of good stuff. All the prizes are listed up on our page, and we're going to be dropping some videos of some of this stuff. And again, for the biggest stringer, if nothing else, get in for this beautiful watch. And thank you to Brian McCormick from South River Watch Company. Guys, check them out. Really making some beautiful products. Brian, good friend of mine and good friend of ours here at Lucky and Blessed Fishing. In fact, he was actually one day on his boat when we were out throwing these things. He was like, "Man, Scott, it would be great if we could go out and just kind of give back and for first responders and kids with disabilities." Well, it's like so he kind of gave me this idea for Lucky and Blessed Fishing while we were out on his boat fishing, and believe it or not, he never really came out with us once we got started. But now he's giving us watches to raise money for our thing. So that's the lesson there, guys, is always stay in touch, always keep your friendships going, never burn a bridge. You know what I mean? But we've guys, what we do every day, really 3 days a week, we're out with adults with disabilities fishing. Our summer camps, we've got kids and youth. And really, guys, what we do has nothing to do with fishing. It has to do with community. It has to do with building relationships, just like we are doing right here with you guys. Every one of you guys I have a relationship with. We've built community with each other. That was probably one of the biggest things that I loved about fishing. Not the fishing, because I sucked horribly at I still consider myself learning and always learning. But in the beginning, it was really hard. It was really bad. And but I realized that it was being around this community and people that got your back, and that continue to do that, and that's why we got this group of guys here tonight that have not only been friends, but also supporters of LIBF. And guys, man, so great to have you. What a team that we have on here tonight. Just a great wealth of knowledge and experience with everybody here. And again, I'm gonna wrap this up because it's 8:29, and I can't believe that we were actually finishing on time. And Mark, you give us your last thing here.
The question.
The question. You got to do the question. Yeah.
Is it true that fish move slower and become lazier in the winter? It's a good question. And also, on top of that, Grant replied to that as well. It can fire them up in the winter too, or as it's cooling down. Some of those fish, instead of totally shutting down, will pack on the pounds before the winter comes too. So it's a real good question.
Okay. All right. Well, that is Callie Canetti, and Callie is one of our student volunteers. And she came out last summer with a bunch of other high school students that we can't get rid of now. In fact, one of them is running our fishing tournament. He couldn't make it tonight because he's at his high school baseball game. He plays on the varsity baseball team. So how cool is that? You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I got my one guy who's under the weather. I got my tournament director who's at a high school baseball game playing in it. But your man, it's so cool to have these students like Callie and like Conrad that are involved in our program, especially with our after school program coming up. It's just kind of making everything come together, you know? So, hey, we're going to check out. We're a minute or so past. Guys, check in with us next week. I don't even know who we have. Grant, who do we have next week? Do we have somebody for next week? I don't know. Hey, check into our channel, check into our page, guys. We'll be posting about it. Oh, it's open. All right. We'll book some good stuff for you guys next week. Come on back. Maybe we'll get Captain Brian to come in and talk about his watches a little bit. Plenty of friends that we can get to come back in. Guys, get in the tournament. Even if you can't fish or don't have time to fish, or you know someone that wants to make a donation, that's great. In fact, if someone makes a donation, we will actually use that donation to send one of our students or one of our folks that has a disability that wants to fish the tournament, and we'll actually give them a scholarship. So if you make a donation, that will go towards a scholarship for an angler that wouldn't normally be able to fish. So even if you can't fish, make a donation, market scholarship, and then we'll actually get someone else out fishing for that. And what a great thing to be able to do for someone to get them out on the water. So guys, we're gonna check out here, but thank you all for being here tonight. We're lucky and blessed, man. So many great things going on. Guys, come out and fish with us. We're out in 7 counties, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. If you have jobs, it's going to be hard for you to do that. But come and see us on May 16th at Sandy Point State Park. That's going to book out. That's going to book out. So come hang out with us, have some food, have some community, and do some fishing. It's going to be a blast. So we're going to check out. Thanks again, guys.